Last time on the Playthroughs of Despair, everyone hates everyone. Makoto and Kyoko sent Alter Ego to the secret room because there's an internet connection in there or something. And for some strange reason, Aoi needs Makoto and Kyoko to go to the rec room. The two things I just said definitely getting mentioned again real soon. This time on the Playthroughs of Despair. Please watch the video, I'm begging you. Please, I'm desperate. Once it's done, it's done. You're not being haunted. You won't be haunted. It's all in your head. Oh, wow, they're blue again. The last time you had them blue was whenever you found out Donkey Kong Country wasn't based off of true events. The trial. We aren't doing the trial yet, right? Because, like, something very bad happened and, well, you know how you all, sense of justice. I know. Do you remember how I was the last time? Last time golf, last time anger issues, or last time anxiety? I really hate your acting right now. The second time. Yeah, I remember. Your lights were Oh. Wait, how the hell did Shihiro play a role into this? He's dead! I'm just gonna wait until we get there. We have to. I mean, after all, August, it's just a game, right? Right? Okay, first of all, yes. Second of all, stop raising your voice horn side. Sorry. The third of all, I know you're sad, but your monitors are literally blue. Change your lights to normal. That's enough blue. Do I have to? If you don't do it, I will watch a playthrough on the spot. You and what army? That's the Daniel I know. How did you just... Okay, so, last week you left us on a bit of a more positive note. Alter Ego was in the secret room and Aoi needed you and Kyoko to go into the rec room. Please don't replace Makoto with me. Already did it, damage is done. Yep! She needed Makoto and Kyoko to go into the rec room. And... something bad, very, very bad, was basically on our doorstep. Bad, pink, and blue all over.
And then suddenly I'm fucking kidnapped in a room.
I had completely was off. Ding dong.
Oh no.
Man, I wonder who could be at the door.
No, oh no, oh no.
The sharp sound of the doorbell cues my sleepy haze and pull me back to the real world.
No, get the paint roll.
Kyoko, Makoto, get out here. Kyoko, what's going on? Hina just came to see me and she was white as a ghost.
Damn.
It sounds like something happened. What? As soon as I heard those words, my heart started to beat a little faster. I suddenly found myself wide awake. She said for us to come to the rec room. The rec room? Hey, let's hurry. Makoto, Kyoko, you know what's wrong? Something's not right in the rec room. What's inside? There was a window in the rec room and I hurried to look inside, and when I did... Is she unconscious? She's sitting up in the chair like she's bowing her head. What's going on? Did something happen to her? I was just walking past and I happened to notice her through the window, but I couldn't get the door open. I tried knocking, I tried calling her name, but she wouldn't respond. So what should we do? What are we gonna do? First of all, we need to get into that room.
No shit.
But the door is locked, right? And if we break in, we would be violating school regulations. We're going to force our way in. I just said, the door isn't locked. It's not locked because the rec room door doesn't have a lock. Huh. It feels like the door is pressing up against something inside the room. Is it the chair? jail? Either way, the store isn't locked, which means as far as I can tell the rule doesn't apply. Then there's no problem if we break in. Let's smash the window. Yeah, I can use the kill! Let's smash the window. That should be the fastest way. Okay, I'll get something to break it with right here.
Don't die.
Inside the rec room, Sakura still haven't moved an inch. She's just unconscious, right? Is she okay? I mean, it's Sakura, so I'm sure. Kyoko didn't reply. There was only silence. But that silence didn't last long. Here, I found a broom in the classroom. Use it. You can handle this, right, Mikoto? Come on, please, hurry, okay? You just stand back. I took hold of the broom and swung it as hard as I can. Aiming directly at the window, all it took was one solid hit. Crash. The window shattered into 100 pieces, scattering across the wreck and floor. I stuck my hand through the now open window and started jostling the chair leaning against the door. The chair's pretty heavy, but if I can just... I pushed on it with all of my strength and finally the knob turned. Sakura, I ran up the door as fast as I could, but the moment I laid my hand... She's dead. She's dead. No,
Side.
But the moment I laid my hand on her...
What?
Oh, she's dead.
Oh! Oh God! Oh God, no! Oh well. I don't know how to react.
Okay, my mind went through a few things. One, this did not look like a death animation at first. Two, who could have done this? How did they do it?
I don't think it was. I think.
Three.
I have a feeling.
All I felt was cold death.
Suicide.
I could feel only the last lingering warmth of a living body. Life had abandoned Sakura's body, and then...
Oh.
A body has been discovered.
Shut up, you fucking bear! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Fuck!
Fuck. God damn it!
Sakura's.
Holy shit.
Sakura's dead. She's really dead.
Or maybe she's passed out and it's another person that died.
Dude, the body just got to the announcement plate.
But maybe that was for another body.
The game would not pull us again so soon. There was 1, 2, 3 people here. I heard Hina talking, but my eyes stared steadily forward. I could only look on at Sakura's dead body. We didn't make it in time. It's happened again. Muttering to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. I wondered if she was confirming that Sakura really was dead. Checking for a pulse or a reaction. I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Tina left the rec room, and why did this have to happen? That's all I could say. I repeatedly said it over and over again. I need to examine Sakura's body. I just stood there motionless behind her while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed. While I stood there unable to do a thing, time just passed. And after, I don't know how long, I got everyone. Oh, he's dead, huh? Sakura's been killed, I see. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began. You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what this means. Sakura was murdered and by someone in this very room. Is that what you're going to say? No, whoever killed her, it's not just someone in this room. It was one of you. Hiro, Byakuya, Toko, one of you killed Sakura. You're accusing us before we've even begun the investigation. I don't need to investigate anything. Because you hated her, you hated the sight of her. One of you did it, I know it. You know it? Jeez, I didn't know your power level would increase by that much just getting mad. What are you doing here? Isn't it obvious? I'm here to hand out my little mortal file. That's right, it's the next Monicum? Fuck you. Don't get so mad, Miss Ashina, or you're going to ruin the... Now then. Hold on, there's something I want to ask you. It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura. Sakura wanted to challenge Mastermind to a duel. Maybe you and her fought again and then I killed her. Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even close. That whole thing is totally irrelevant now. Sakura came to the most regrettable end without even getting a chance to finish things with me, which thank God for that. It saved me the trouble of having to go through with all the fight. Because even for someone like me, it would have been no mean feat to take down a behemoth like that. I gotta tell you, I was actually pretty void. I mean, she violated rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her. So I don't know who it was, but whoever would have blackened us this time, I owe you one. You owed him one.
Fuck you!
Oopsies, before getting all pissy potty at me, you better figure out who did it first. Because I mean, your lives are on the line. On the line, right? I fucking... What the hell? He owes someone. I hate them. I hate this whole thing. Well, I for one am glad it was the coach. She was working for the mastermind after all. How can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time for your scrabbling. The next game has already begun. If you want to be angry with someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura. God, I fucking hope that whatever the outcome is after all of this, that man is broke. I hope that, like, he is in extreme financial debt. Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we can do that, if we can't do that, we're all dead. Then let's decide who will stand guard this time. I'll do it. Hina, I'm okay, just let me handle it. Besides, I want to be here with Sakura. Okay, then Hina's guard #1, but we needed one more. Kyoko, that's you. Me? You're always a phone on my side. This time, just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order. An order? Fine, I'll stay behind. Then it's settled, let's begin, shall we? Hold on, before that, there's something I want to say, which is... Hiro, Byakuya, or Toko, none of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene. What? One of you killed Sakura. I won't let someone like that come anywhere near her. Don't be stupid. Our lives are in just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say, I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Even if it means I have to use force, you're not getting in here. Well, it appears for the discussion to be a waste of time. How about a compromise? I won't ask you to let all of us in, just me. You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway. Nope, don't really care. I'd rather spend my time then you're here, do you really object? If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care? Then it's decided. Nothing's decided. I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to this request. But we have to find out who killed Sakura. For those of us still alive and honor Sakura's memory. Fine, I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her. Naturally, who would want to touch a filthy dead body? That's enough. Hey, wait a minute, he's being a fucking hypocrite. He literally moved Chihiro's body after he died. I hated him then. I still hate him. Oh, I did forget to call him out on that. Thanks for that, by the way. How did you forget to call him out? Yeah, someone decided, yeah, that's on me. Well, not just, but you'll find out about that sooner. Sure I will. That's enough fighting, we need to focus on the investigation from here on out. Everyone keep this in mind, if we can't uncover Sakura's killer, all of us face execution. Finding out who killed Sakura, it's not a matter of hoping we can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's a kind of hopeless hope. We have no choice but to just do it. Oh boy. I'd better check the Monokuma file before anything else. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the victim on the floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. There's two different things. There's hot pink in the background, but there's red in the foreground, and what looks like a handkerchief or something. I think the case this time might be a challenge. Why is that? The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through, and that door had been jammed shut with the chair from inside the rec room, which means the killer would have to escape somehow after barring the door. So if the door was blocked from the inside and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there was like zero escape, right? In other rooms, this is a classic locked room model. I guess you might see this kind of thing in a lot of mystery movies or books or whatever. Could it really happen in real life and before our very eyes like this? Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room model entails? Sure, if you don't mind.
Yes.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means that the killer commits his crime, then through some special method seals his room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or a simple mechanism. There are a number of variations, so for that all we'd have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right? The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed. Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from the outside to target the victim inside. You push the switch and it fires a handgun. You shoot an arrow through a gap in a door, something like that. But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows. Kyoko, I appreciate you and all, but there literally is mounted guns on the ceiling in multiple sections of the school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list. The thought is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. What do you mean by that? They stay hidden, and when the door is open, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else in that stat. That sounds like it could have been a possibility, maybe. And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a locked room? By that I mean there actually is an alternate route somewhere within the room. Well, knowing what we know about the boys' bathroom on the second floor, that does not surprise me if it's this situation. By that I mean there actually is an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality, it's not generally possible. Do you think you can cross that one off too? I believe so. So when it comes to locker room mysteries, those are the basics. So the full possibility is then Kyoko. Which of those four choices seems the most likely in this case? And that's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. But right now I can't really say. I see. The killers set up the locked room. Until I figured that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. Well, Sakura, if nothing else. Okay. Clock. It's around 1 o'clock right now. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura died around 12 noon, so roughly an hour ago. Is that when Kyoko and I were moving alter ego? There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died?
Maybe she was originally killed there. Then body was moved. Of course, I feel like that might be a little impossible just because of, I don't know, she looks fucking heavy.
I don't know. Here's what I think it might be. Poisoning. That's just a wild theory I'm throwing out there from what I know so far. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. I wonder if somebody like bashed her over the head with it. Or if it was like chug whatever in it, which would explain the vomiting. And then, I don't know. Oh, there's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. And it's riding a knight. Why is it riding a knight? How does this tie into the Monokuma origin story? This looks like some kind of wrapper. Do you recognize it, Hina? Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jacket had attacked me, right? So after he left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So I gave that candy to Sakura. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. We really liked them that much. But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now they've lost all the flavor. God, I feel so bad. I literally almost cried whenever she found out Sakura was dead. I'm like dead serious.
This is fucking... Oh.
Yeah. Okay, now for the main course. Sakura drew her last breath, sitting slumped forward in the chair. There is obvious evidence of a blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her, but according to the Monokuma file, she also vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lip, for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood. Not a chance, Byakuya. However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location. Interesting. Yes, most interesting, don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting, but it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. DVDs. That's the same shelf full.
I know, okay, I know this might be like a little bit like far-fetched, maybe, I don't know. But what if wait, did she try the candy? I'm pretty sure she did. What if that
What if that specific piece was poisoned?
Yeah,
that
no, I know it's far-fetched, but like, but we still need to consider shit like that, okay?
I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, but like out of all the pieces that Howie had, that one specific piece was poisoned.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Whatever. There's all different kinds of magazines here. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. And inside each bottle there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is, how did they get those figures inside the bottle? It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Huh, you know when a bottle's opening is smaller than the boat that's placed inside? You've never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have. So this is the Monokuma version, a Monokuma bottle if you will. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things little by little. Demonic Kuma
There's
bottle
two
sitting on the
missing
shelf. Demonic Kuma figure we found on the ground. Red shards of glass which probably started out as a bottle, which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a demonic Kuma bottle, right? The shards of glass and the demonic Kuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that demonic Kuma bottle was the weapon.
I don't know.
Oh.
It looks like there's like 2 missing bottles.
Okay, well one's on the ground, and I don't know where the other one could be. Oh, locker. Oh, the locker's open and there's on the inside. That's a handprint. What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and it left a handprint and all of the dust. And it looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding there in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then maybe the killer hidden there until the locked room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they just popped out and joined the rest of the group. Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Huh? Why not?
Huh?
Think back before we opened the door. We looked inside the room, right? Yeah, the lock was open, so there's no way someone could have hidden there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? We already know who did it. Byakuya took her hero, it had to be one of them. They couldn't stand aside for you agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find more. You see, Sakura asked all 3 of them to meet with her, you know, well, right here in the rec room. But after I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she would left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon, Demonic Kuma Fire said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth, I heard it from Sakura herself, and I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she wanted to talk to them, and this is what happened. If I stopped her by force even, this never would have happened. Hina. It's impossible to not have regrets, I know, but the fact she asked those 3 to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, at the same time and place she ended up dying. It might be good to confirm what I just heard with the 3 of them directly. But for Sakura to have been killed. Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight, and she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how is the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? Must have taken her by surprise, right? Certainly. They would have needed to if they expect to stand any chance against her. What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her. Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura at all today. Byakuya says he didn't go see her, but is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, white boy. Okay, so this. That's a chemical. That's a thing from the chem lab. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room. It looks like a protein drink and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein, and she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments. I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you, I know, but still this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab has all kinds of health stuff, so she must have gotten this from the Chem Lab. But that's strange. What is it? You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. There must be parts of the window I broken to get inside. But they aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath it. Why does that matter? I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue, I'm not sure how.
I think she got poisoned from that, maybe.
Yeah, poisoning seems like the best opportunity, like best option it could have been. Like she got poisoned, she stumbled around a little, and then she eventually fell onto the chair and realized, oh shit, I'm dying, and then eventually ate the candy. Which would be really sad if I'm right. Empty protein drink has been added to the truthful thing. Chair. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob so he couldn't get the door open. There was no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Well, that looks like everything that could be checked out here. This is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock on it, but there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only noticeable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There was no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening, and there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the lock from the inside, but not the outside. Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so for the most part. Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave, which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right, I do have to go to talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say.
We should talk about our feelings.
Well, Diego, I don't know about you, but we kinda have to. Well, not our feelings, but we do have to talk to people. Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. I pressed the doorbell, and after a few seconds, who's there? The most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay. Well, what do you
So
want?
you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach.
God, you, it sounds like you need therapy. It's a good thing I know a really good therapist.
Video game therapist. I'm a video game therapist who listens to people's problems about video games. Oh, I didn't have enough lives in a level. Oh, I ran out of time on a speedrun. I don't help people with their mental problems. The therapist part implying you help people with whatever video games do with mental health, but alright, go off.
I heard that.
Okay, well, I'm right. If you're a video game therapist, then maybe you should be pretty good at the, I don't know, video game therapist part? I've never even seen you play a video game before, and we're both added on Discord.
I'm allowed to have a preference. August, in what fucking universe would anyone not play at least one PC game in their lifetime? It happens.
An emulator, AAA games, an indie games that came with old Windows, any game!
I think you're just better.
Shut the fucking hell up. Anyways, Makoto continues to yap to Toko because why not? Time is short and maybe extra short for some because, you know, somebody lived this.
I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good
Hey,
mood.
I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall. You said you wanted to talk to me about something. I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you. I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. What, she wanted to meet with him too? I just said too, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So can you tell me about it? I admit I did get the note, but I didn't go to see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. Now all that leaves is... bitch. I pressed the doorbell, and after a few seconds... What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How do you know about that? Did you maybe gaze into my soul, have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. She told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. When did Sakura tell you that? Oh, well, she asked me to meet with her, of course, but she didn't write you a note. Yeah, a note. She gave it to me in person. It happened, and she happened to mention the others too, like, in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura. No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious. The last time I saw Sakura was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office. I haven't seen her since. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? I do still have it. Do I still have it? Let's see. He was feeling on his pockets, so it looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flood to the ground. Something had fallen out of his pocket. Huh? Quickest to when Hiro snatched it back up again, and shoved it back into his pocket. Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash? Anyway, I can't deny that Sakura asked me with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. God, out of the other two, this one is the most suspicious. I'm not saying anything, but I'm keeping an eye on Yashihiro. Waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Okay, so I thought from Token Hiro, what next? I definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab, so where should I saw it? To the chem lab!
Hooray! Hooray!
It's the dumbest running gag I have, but it's the only one I have left at this point. I don't know, hopefully in the future I'll have more running gags. That's my new speedrunning tactics. Danganronpa and the Trigger Happy Havoc speedrunning community. This is my speedrunning tactic, and you can call this the annual jump. You can't even jump in this game. Makoto, did you have your Anna cam up too? Just make sure you don't get him away. Yeah, I got it. I think what you mean to say is... This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more importantly, right now, what's that powder that's spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a lid on it. Come see fall. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point this room wasn't like this. Then the powder must have spilled. That's right, it couldn't have only been around at the time of the incident. If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. There's also footprints in it. These are footprints, and they're only in front of the left shelf. How did these footprints relate to the scene as a whole when meaning to sketch out the 4th floor plan? By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer it when God, I actually hope that you all stuck with Genocide jail forever. With an insufferable smoke, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen. Well, let's go, chop chop. I can definitely see Byakuya saying that people don't want to work anymore. So I got to work, and before long I drawn on a sketch of the room. So how's this? Not bad for you, I mean, for me. So when you look at it like this, it gets interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to the shelf, and whatever they did had to do, then left. That's what the footprints tell me. These footprints must be Makoto, are they yours? No! Okay, let me see your shoes and I'll confirm the size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya asked. I see, your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit, these are not your footprints. Unfortunately, but with how clear these prints are, it should be easy to determine who they belong to. You know, the past 3 investigations, I've been saying, guys, if we just looked for fingerprints, this whole thing would be so easy. But this is as close as I'm gonna get, and I'm honestly really happy that I can finally end this stupid saga. Footprints. I'll take it. So on this shelf it looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They are reagents. Put simply, they are used in experiments to bring on a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It truly must be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh? What, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world? The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All that containers on this shelf are labeled with a letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. Which, in case I don't have to worry about too much about the shelf. I actually want to see a truth bullet real quick. 2 actually. Okay, so that came from the A section, and this came from the C set, but this one has a skull and crossbones, so... That one has death's poison. That's definitely something lethal. Let's see what's on the shelf. There are all kinds of dietary supplements and dedicated medicine. Protein drink found in the rec room probably came from the shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section A. Oh, but wait. There was one bottle on here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? Oh, wait. Oh my god, what if she tried to poison herself and she was like, I'm gonna make them see it. I'm gonna make them see it because they hate me. On this shelf is one look and I can tell, and it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter C and a card number. And a number, not a card number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section C. I should try to find out more about the shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has regimens, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what consoles me is that in Section A, there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on here. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I'd better not leave a footprint. I should probably take a good hard look at the powder. There's a bunch of yellow stuff and it came from that. Didn't get to read it, oh well. Also, it looks like someone left a footprint in the powder. Based on the poisoning of the prints, whoever it was only went on the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. I've already taken a good look around the camera. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room. You know, Byakuya and I, we don't see eye to eye often. He probably knows what that is and he's just keeping it to himself. Which, we call back to the second investigation. That's literally what Celeste did. You know, more alike than I thought, and I fear if he ever dies. So Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hira told me. I see, so along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying. Well, I've made some progress of my own. Tako's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These things have a weird nucleus. You'd have to look at them one more time. I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles.
2 missing bottles?
Something new. So did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all of these bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. Monokuma's holding chess pieces. It looks like one is missing. A correlation. Hey Kyoko, can you just tell me what it is? I don't mind guiding you towards, because giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No, Ansel? I do trust you to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree. Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma's bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment. Can you gather up all of the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get all of the smaller pieces too. Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that? I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so... Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab while I'm gone. Try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all of the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up, sorry to keep you waiting. Is everything waiting? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing? I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare the weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of the glass you collected, and ones of the Monokuma bottle still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done. Also, let's compare the weight of the 2 normal Monokuma bottles. It's the same, which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight. So now here comes the important part. Put all of the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now what might we expect to see? Well, the normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there. Okay, then let's give it a try. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier. How is that possible? Just as I thought. The results of all experiments and the correlation between each of the bottles put it all together. And I believe you're alive at very one persuasive connection. So what do you think? It's all on you.
Maybe it wasn't the same bottle. Maybe it was another bottle.
Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. This magazine is upside down and someone put it that way on accident. There's something catches your eye. It's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. On one of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in bold, bloody letters, and it said Toko. Could this be a dying message? Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this? It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message. But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it. For the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that? That says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it. And she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet. It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you'd think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, that just makes me more suspicious. But wait, guys, look at what it says on the back. O.
My God.
O. T. Who could that be?
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, so when fucking Sayaka does it, it's just groundbreaking evidence. But whenever I try to fucking take a look at this, and the last time names were involved, and in blood, mind you, it's all of a sudden the worst thing I'm doing ever.
Yes.
My god.
I'm sorry, Daniel. I'm sorry. It's just that, you know, I find it dumb.
According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body. Just staring off in his face isn't gonna help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but don't you think you might need to actually examine the body? There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's that kind of thing I've grown compulsively used to. Although there are still some times, I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it. That's totally normal. Then how can you? I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. Yeah. What? Sorry, never mind. More importantly, look. Oh, I see. That's the stuff from the thing. That's the stuff from this, C4. More importantly, look here. Her shoes, you see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out. That powder is clue number 1. Yellow powder has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Next is the rune to her head. Look carefully. Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain. It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows? Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing. Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one. So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. But we've only been recording for 1 hour 30! Diego, you have some saying this too!
Daniel, my family and I are planning on going out.
You're very lucky your trial's gonna happen soon. Anyways, ding bong, bing bong.
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake.
It was a little less interesting than the previous ones.
Should I do it? Is it okay?
Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah.
Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right?
Yeah.
Please go through the red door on the 1st floor of the school. See you soon.
It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, whatever happens, I have to make something happen. Well, honestly, this is so confusing. Like, it just seems like maybe, like, somehow the shit slipped. Like, maybe the mortar, like, somehow made the poison stuff fell when Sakura was getting the drink and she was like, oh shit, okay, whatever. And she didn't notice it was on her and maybe in her drink. And then she took a sip of it. And then she was like, and then, you know, sometime later it was like, oh shit, I'm dying. And which would explain the stumbling around and the handprints. And, you know, maybe she, like, ended up on the chair being like, I'm dying. But then she was like, oh wait, the candy. And then she had the candy, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like out of all the trials, this one is the one that, like, it definitely is a head scratcher, but like everything else, with the exception of the first trial, shout out to Sayaka, with the exception of the first trial, like, they've been more and more confusing. But like this, like, the second one was so confusing because Byakuya being a bitch. The next one was confusing because it was actually planned, and this one is just confusing because it doesn't feel like it's so planned out, but there's just so little information to go off of. But either way, Diego, that is not going to stop us. It's going to help us, but it's not going to stop us. Anyways, let's see who's at the title screen. God damn it.
And well, there we were yet again, standing in front of a red door ever so infamous. It could only spell doom for whoever, or whatever, or whatever. Or whatever ended up causing an incredibly short end to Sakura's life. Now, can I get out of here? I want to make another paper boat. You've littered your desk with paper boards and you want to make another paper boat? Yeah. Whatever happened must have really messed you up. Worse than before, actually. Yeah. Why are you... I'll find out later.
have fun being melodramatic over a game. Even this hurts because of Sayaka. Everything hurts. I really hope this all ends soon. It's gonna hurt. Like I guess dissecting myself on the operating table. Yeah, that's a good metaphor. I should write that down soon. But right. Notes. You can do this. Hold your breath. Count to 3. You're getting towards the finish line. It'll all be over soon.